Hello guys, it's Bounce Sports and of course this special edition. Today we are here at the NFF Awards and my name is Israel Ojoko. Babatunde Liduni is here. Tunde, what's up?
A very big night for football in Nigeria, and we're glad that this day is finally coming to fruition.
Okay, and this is the first edition. Such an award is coming from the NFF. We wouldn't say the first in Nigeria, but the build up to this award, how would you describe it?
I think it has been a very laudable one, though some may say the NFF has no business organizing awards, but so far so good. I think they've done a very good job. Talking about who is winning football is here, right from the FIFA president we hear is around. Of course, the Super Eagles, generation after generation, you've seen them from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s. Of course, majority of the 1994 squad that we still celebrated today, they are all here talking about their Mokaches, talking about the Guavons. They are all here, and I think this is a celebration of football in Lagos.
What do you think is the relevance of this award to the players? Of course, what advantage or disadvantage do you think this will have on the career and, of course, the life of these players?
I think players, like every other individuals, are human beings, and when you do something good, when you are rewarded for your good work, it spurs you to do more. For the NFF to come up with such an idea where they recognize the good work these players have done in the past year and reward them accordingly, I think is a step in the right direction. That should be sustained and taken to the next level.
Okay, looking at the nominees for these awards, do you think there are better players on the field that were not nominated?
Of course, there will always be debate for that, but of course you can't know better than the organizers. They know the criteria they are looking for in each of the categories. And come to think of it, everybody that has been nominated deserves this nomination. It's now left to see how the winners will emerge. Of course, we don't know whether it's a public voting system or it's a panel that is just choosing who is winning. But like I told you, every person that has been nominated, from the coaches categories to the players categories to the both men and female, I think everybody deserves the nomination they've gotten for these awards.
So what would you say about the organization of this award by the NFF?
Of course, it's a maiden edition, and you expect that there will be one or two mistakes that they would correct going forward. But by and large, I think this is an above average start, and they can only get better in the years ahead.
Okay, so we will be bringing you the awards proper, and of course the winners and the losers, and possibly we'll talk, with some of these players.
Well, for me, everybody is a winner tonight. For you to make the nomination from all the numerous players that we have in this country, making it to the final short list, you're already a winner for me.
Okay, we will be right back. This is Bounce Sport, and of course we have assistant coach of the Super Eagles right here with us, Salisu Yusuf. Coach Salisu Yusuf, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Looking at this atmosphere, how would you describe this first NFF awards?
It is a great night because people are going to be recognized by doing well in their field, and I think it's great motivation for all the football family in Nigeria. It's great to be here.
Okay, one of your players, Tony Okpotu, is nominated, to win the best player of the year. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, the feeling is great because at least people recognize his effort. Though that people mostly criticize of not scoring so much goals in the CHAN, but I think he worked so hard for the team. He's really a team player, and I think there's two boys again, Nura and Eko Hotel, for the young player of the year from the CHAN team. I think it's a great achievement. And I think this is a platform for for people that belong to the football family to be able to work more harder next year so everyone can win an award.
I've seen a lot of people that I've not seen for a long time. Somebody like Benny Roja, it's been long I saw him. And Friday Eko also. JJ, I've seen JJ last year in June. Yeah, a lot of them. West Aribo. So I think it's amazing to be here. Felix Olabi, Emoen, it's been long that I see him, but I see him today. it's such is life. So we thank God for everything.
This is beautiful. This should happen every time. Meeting. I've not seen some people for the past 2 years. I'm seeing them right now. It's very interesting. It's very good. So I give the NFF 100% thanks for this.
In Nigeria, football is talent. But actually it's not true. It's much more than that. I was told that in Nigeria, football is passion. It's also not true. It's much more than that. I was told that in Nigeria, football is love. It's also not true. It's much more than that. I was told in Nigeria football is religion. It's also not true because it's much more than that. And I think, actually I'm convinced that in Nigeria, football is life.
Okay, Tunde, that was the Nigerian Football Federation first awards. We could see the winners, the losers. We are going to go into that. We could see the ups, the highs and lows, and I think we should just break it down and perhaps start from the good one before we go to the ugly one.
When you look at the caliber of player of administrators we have, they've gone around the world, they've attended different the Ballon d'Or. They know how it is done, so you expect them to replicate that in what they are doing. But like you said, it's the first edition, and we have to give them thumbs up for things that they got right. For one of the things I was really impressed about was the assemblage of Nigerian players, players that you've not seen in donkey years. You all saw them there from one generation to the other. We saw the Christian Chukwus, we saw the Emmanuel Okala, Friday Eko, and coming down we saw Okocha, Rufai, Muti Adepoju, Benedict Iroha,
Julius Ahawa.
Just the list is endless, and that for me was a very big point they scored in with that one. Being able to get these guys to come over under a roof, most of the players, like you saw we spoke to, they were actually elated to see their colleagues that they've seen for so many years. So if this is sustained, I think it will further bond the players. So I give them thumbs up on that. Then when you look at the ambience in that hall, I think it was good enough. It was good enough for a world-class event. The lighting and everything was good enough, though there were some glitches thereafter, but at least I think they did well in that respect. And looking at the turnout also, it was a packed
massive.
It was a packed
massive.
Even the overflow, you could see that people were also there too. Yeah. So that's another thumbs up. Regardless of the fact that it was done on a Monday, we will still see that people talk. So by and large, I think they got some things right, but of course we would have to give them knocks on some aspects.
Well, another high they got, as far as I'm concerned, is the ability to get the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, the president of CAF, Ahmad, and of course the Secretary General of FIFA. She was there too. Samora was there, and then even coming into politics, the governor of Lagos State, Akunmi Ambode, that of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, and of course former governors, and even James Ibori was the event, on Monday at the Sheraton Eko Hotels and Suites, in Victoria Island. So I think for them to be able to put, these guys together in just one event is something that they deserve a kudos.
Yeah, they deserve a kudos, and let's hope the second edition will be better.
Okay, like you said, for the Knox, there are some, downs, some things they got wrong that, need improvements and, of course, a correction in the next edition. So what are things you
first of all, I thought the NFF was going to prove me wrong as regards African timing. The event was originally set to start for 8, and it didn't start
7 actually.
Oh, okay, and it didn't start for maybe like over an hour later. That's first drawback. Then for events that you booked and you said it's going to be a 90 minutes event, trying to fashion it like every other football game. Well, maybe the extra time they had, every game has an extra time.
No, the ref of that event was just absurd. He gave so much extra time, and
so it dragged unnecessarily. And of course, one of the down moments for me was the long speeches that were delivered by some of the personnel. I don't want to name names, but it was not for me.
Have you ever heard of he that pays the piper dictate the tune?
Well, there are better ways.
No, yes or no? Have you heard of it?
There are better ways of dictating the tune. Of course, you choose the venue, you choose your sitting position, you choose everything, but not.
You choose your speech too, and you choose how long it will last. You can go ahead and thank your wife
before you know it.
Who was on seat?
Before you know it, everybody will walk out on you by the time you. So we all know that you have done so much for Nigerian football. You don't need to keep repeating yourself about what you are doing and what you are going to do. So for me, that is a drawback. One other thing I saw was avoidable technical glitches. When you see some, like when Oruma and Opabumi, that was, for me, it was embarrassing. That's just the word. It was embarrassing. They didn't get the same thing for Garibalawa
when he was trying to play the nominees, and then the technical guys were just different category came up and all that.
So all those things I can't remember seeing that in all these international awards. Though of course once in a while you cannot rule out mistakes, but they were too much repeated ones that took the shine away from what we saw in the first NFF awards.
Another highbrow was the master of the ceremony, one of the masters of the ceremony, Bovi. People were saying, why not a sports reporter, a sports presenter, or something to come and do the MC? Why a comedian?
For me, I think I would disagree about that. If there is one thing that I enjoyed from that award, it was the way that it was compared by those two personalities. Bovi, it doesn't have if it doesn't have to be what if a football sports person come on board and it was just as boring as the speeches that were here. I think he did a good job, and we should just cut him the slack for not being. Who says he doesn't? You know what
maybe he even played for what he was before. What he was Fida's team, before he started doing as football no pay him, like go enter comedy. But we go tell us that one later, sure.
That's actually.
All right, that is the show today. I must add that to commend the NFF, for the artists that perform: Tiwa Savage, Ricardo Banks, Dari Atalade, Simi.
Well, for me, in as much as it's a good event for you, it's to an extent took the direction away. At the point you wonder if this is a football award or we're actually in for a musical show. Everything has to be done with modernity. If you have 1-2 artists in a football award, I think that is enough. Bringing artist after artist, and you're like, is this another reading unplugged or so? So for me, they could. I'm sure they will have been getting all these feedbacks, and they should work on it. I want to believe that the next edition will be much better than this.
Okay, like Tuni said, good try NFF. We want to see more of this. We hope you keep it coming annually, and of course, getting it better, from the next edition. That's about it on the show today. Have a great day. I